What's up, gamers? We're back with more Starfield. So you may be asking yourself, why am I here? Basically, between episodes, between videos, I was on my way back to Aquila City because I wanted to do some inventory management, get my inventory all squared away before we pick things back up. But while I was in Aquila City doing my inventory management, or while I was on my way here, is more accurate to say, I noticed there's a little, didn't have it tracked at the time, but there's a little gray, like, you have a quest objective over here on Skink. And I was like, I don't remember that. But then when I looked at it, I did remember. I do remember now. Right after we had our first encounter with the Starborn, the first time after that I returned to the Cheyenne system, where Aquila City is, I detected another alien temple. Sorry, I'm struggling with my menus right now. I'm trying to get to over here. Right, I got another power from beyond. I detected another temple. I even remember making some commentary about, like, I've been in the Cheyenne system a million times. You tell me I'm just now detecting it. But the game clearly didn't want me to get that power, whatever power it is, yet. It's also possible that artifact that we went with Neon, or went to Neon with Walter to acquire, is the artifact that corresponds to this temple. So it's possible that we couldn't detect it until we had the artifact in hand. So I figured we could just start off this episode, and instead of me going back to, I don't even remember where I was. I remember we were at a good stopping point in the last episode, though. There was nothing like that I was in the middle of. I was probably about to do this other artifact on Oberum after, like last video I got the artifact on Oberum 2A, which was that crazy frozen facility. So we still need to go back to Oberum 1 to get yet another artifact. But I definitely want to take a detour. This will be the first alien temple I've gone to since my encounter with the Starborn. And now we see that their Starborn agents are popping in when I'm going to recover artifacts and this and that. So we may have an interesting encounter at the temple. I'm very interested in going and getting a new alien power either way. So that's where I am. I'm at Skink. We're just in the Cheyenne system. We haven't wandered far from home. But there is this planet here, Skink, with an alien temple on it. Well, I guess they're calling it a scanner anomaly, but we all know what's there. We all know, right? So let's head on down to the surface and take a look. I really wanted to play this game yesterday. When I found this, I was like, "Oh my god, I want to start streaming," but I just had too much stuff going on yesterday to sit down and do a proper recording session. So I practiced some self-control and saved it. There's an anomaly. I don't know that I see a temple. That's it right over there. It's just because it's dark, I can't see it very well. Since I don't know what I'm going to encounter here, I'm definitely going to do a little nap first. Get that rested
Never mind.
bonus.
Sorry.
Uh-oh. A little stuck there. I'm sure there's some nicer beds on this ship. I always go to this weird room with the bunk bed. I just got an achievement? Oh, I know why. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Let's go. Not sure if I've ever been on the surface of Skink. Oh, so I'm already so close to the temple that it's like, you don't need to do the weird stuff. You can just go straight there. Skink 1.02, so no moon booting for me. We'll do some, this is just a barren planet with resources on it, so might as well scan a few resources on our way over to this thing. Besides, then the game will think we're doing the mechanic it wants us to do with the weird scanner thing. I mean, these things are so very easily seen. What am I looking at here? Like, that's the temple over here. What is this? I mean, presumably this is part of it, but I don't remember seeing a temple that was this, like, spread out before. This is maybe a bigger one than the ones we've been to so far. The centerpiece looks the same, but I don't remember this, like, outer wall section before. And there's this big ravine here with, looks like some sort of weird greenish, yellow, brackish stuff down there. I'd like to go down and check it out. I just, like, I kind of regret that I'm exploring this area at night. Now in the light, it's more of a brown. Guess there's actually nothing interesting down here. Temple Theta. Okay. Excuse me, I got a bit of a frog in my throat today. So I may be clearing my throat a few times. I apologize for that. Want to be able to talk to you beautiful people, so where, oh where? I always guess the wrong direction to circle these, find the actual entrance. Although I think there's an entrance on either side that's like halfway around, so Terramorph. Why am I doing no damage to it? What the hell? You're all seeing it, right? It's got me backed against the corner. That's probably not good for my health. These things are wild. So that's really interesting. With the Terramorphs. I'm starting to feel some kind of way about the Terramorphs, and here's my thinking on this. A few things about the Terramorphs. One, I've encountered Terramorphs on many different planets at this point. And I even think I read some log entries, like from that. It was way at the beginning of the game, but the first thing they have you do in this game to help you learn the basics of combat is you have to go deal with the pirate captain that's after the frontier, and you go to a Crete research facility on Crete, and they were studying xeno warfare there, and one of the first specimens they, tried to investigate was the Terramorph to see if it would work for that, but it didn't work out. It ended up killing some scientists or something like that. But I feel like I read some interesting data bank entry or computer log or something where a scientist was speculating about how strange it is that the terramorphs are spread up across multiple worlds. There's not really a good explanation for why. Other than that they're capable of, like, themselves getting into space, but that, didn't really make sense. But this is at least the second, I think it's the second time, maybe the third time actually, that I've encountered a terramorph right outside of one of these alien temples. So my theory is that the aliens that built these temples also I don't know if these are were their pets maybe, or like guard dogs that they trained, or like some sort of domesticated animal in some fashion. God, they're just terrifying creatures. But it really caught me off guard here, especially because you can see I got my scanner up now. There are no flora or fauna on this planet, on Skink. It's just resources and 3 geological features. There's no reason for a terramorph to be here at all. Like, I didn't even... Like, I almost let that thing kill me because it surprised me so much. Because I wasn't expecting any aggressive fauna here, because this is a barren planet. Like, we can go out to the planet map here. See, it's an inferno planet. Very hot here. With a weak magnetosphere. Flora none, fauna none. Water none. Not even any water on this planet. So, like, how did this guy get here, right? I think there's a lot more to the terramorphs than them just being like some aggressive creature like the Ashta. Like, they've got something more going on. Did I walk by the entrance to this place? I'm starting to think I maybe did. I might have been distracted by the terramorph. Is it right here? Yeah. Okay. I think the terramorphs might actually have some connection to the aliens and the artifacts in the temples, which is really interesting. I still have a quest from someone in New Atlantis wanting me to go and collect some like coffee beans that they fed to a terramorph. It's called like Terra Brew, but it's bringing me to like a level 60 system, so we've got a pin in that for now. I did get one level up between videos. You can see I'm level 44 now. Actually, I'm like 44 and a half already. I'm struggling to remember why I came into this menu, but I am going to save my game right quick. And let's go in Temple Theta. I'm not going to blanket assume this is going to be like every other temple, because that last artifact retrieval was not like every other artifact retrieval. I got ambushed by a Starborn. This is already different. Or maybe not. My controller, I don't remember my controller vibrating at that point previously, but maybe it has. I'm just so expecting there to be a Starborn ambush in here. I'm on edge. Oh, apparently I had frostbite. I think I have a bunch of ailments. I should really like take a minute in my status screen when I get a chance. Make sure my health isn't falling apart here. quite figured out this game yet. I feel like sometimes I run into like three of these things, and it's done, and it gives me the power. And then sometimes I feel like I'm playing this whack-a-mole game for like 10 minutes to get a power. Like right now, like this feels like it's taking me super long. There we go. I'm not assuming anything anymore. Starborn coming to ambush me? Guess not. Fully expecting more Starborn ambushes at the next artifact though.
Obliterate them!
Oh!
Eternity!
Obliterate them! Open eternity! Got another quantum essence. Alright, I was, you know, I was prepared. I was ready this time. Starborn ambush did not catch me off guard. But I did not see what power I just got. So hopefully, I've got so many of them now. Solar flare sounds now. Tap into the power of a sun and release a directed orb of searing hot plasma. So there's... I've noticed a lot of these alien powers are defensive or utility. This is the first one I think I've found that's just blatantly an offensive power. Very notably, 2 undiscovered temples now. So this backs up my theory, because this one on Skink was basically a stumble upon it temple, although, I mean, I think everyone's going to be passing through the Aquila system at some point after they get the artifact that corresponds to this temple, so not surprised that we found this one, but I think these are 2 more I'm going to need to stumble upon. And I think once we go and get that other artifact that's on my quest log, that this is going to bump up to 3. And now we've got 2 quantum essences in that menu also, although I don't think we'll ever use them since they seem to be so rare. Like, I don't know. I mean, the Starborn are certainly attacking me more often. I just realized I didn't get a quantum essence from the Starborn that ambushed me at the artifact, which is kind of weird. Or no, that's where I got the first one from. I'm being dumb. Ignore me. Right. Good. Good. New alien power. That was quick and easy. A light in the darkness. Oh, right. Find stories for the news. True. Oh, man, I really want to do this audition mission. I've checked in there a few times, even between videos. I don't think that door is going to open for me until they give the game an update that fixes the ability to soft lock that quest. So I'm hopeful that maybe the next, major update to the game, we'll have a fix for that quest in there. But for now, yeah, I think that is what I want to do next. Yeah, let me check my health. Extreme ambient heat right from the planet we're on, the Inferno planet. Still got my well-rested bonus. I guess I don't have any current injuries. Let's just do it. Yeah, let's just go. We seem to be being attacked by the ecliptic and some dancing asteroids. want to build them in target lock mode. Although I'm realizing now that I haven't upgraded that skill yet, so there's no reason to do that. So never mind, we won't bother with that. I mean, it seems like my friends here are handling the other one just fine.
You can't win this!
Oh boy, guys, it's done that thing again. Oh no, it hasn't. There's another ecliptic here. I thought I accidentally hit one of the system people by accident. I said accident twice, didn't I? So we're good, right, Sysdef people? You're gonna radio me now and be like, thanks for being so fucking awesome. I hope. I mean, so the Sysdef people aren't attacking me. Which is good. I'll just, like, they usually radio you to say thanks, but maybe because they took out 2 out of 3 of the ships, they're just, like, not really in the mood to thank a Freestar Ranger. Which is fine. Ooh, yeah, I'll take that stuff, actually. I do want to check these for ship parts, because my ship part supply has been waning. Oh, that's just a mineral deposit. I don't care about that. Is this the other ship here? Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess there's technically 3 of them, but one of the other ship things is here. I wonder why there's so much UC Sysdef in defense of this planet here. Like, we're out there somewhere like, outside of the normal UC territory, right? I mean, I guess that's the nature of this random encounter. We're in UC space, and there wouldn't normally be ships patrolling here, but because of the random encounter, they're here. You're fighting the ecliptic. Well, I'll take those credits. Nope, there's the last one. I'm gonna loot this. I'm gonna do a quick check to make sure I didn't, like, get a bounty from those UC ships from accidentally, like, pinging one. Actually, I'll check that right now. That's quick. It's a quick check. No, we're good. Want to keep all my, like, lifetime bounty, maximum bounty, current bounty numbers at 0. You can keep the rest of that. Alright, so we have arrived at Oberon 1, which is actually a, pretty nice planet. Temperate, thin M, whatever that means. I haven't quite figured that out yet. Whenever I see thin M, I'm like, oh, it has a thin magnetosphere, and then I'm like, well, it does. It does, but that's not, but there's a whole separate line for magnetosphere. This has to do with the atmosphere, and I see, like, thin O2, which makes sense to me, like, oh, thin oxygen, right? And then I think I've seen thin N also, which I assume would be thin nitrogen. Forgotten Mech Graveyard. I think that's a generic one, even though it looks super cool and makes me want to go there. We got Abandoned Mybridge Pharmaceuticals Lab. Another research lab that we're going to be scouring for this artifact. I mean, that's another interesting thing. The vast majority of artifacts we've found so far have been found by mining operations, because they all seem to be buried under the surface of these planets and moons. including the one we find at the beginning of the game. Although we were sent there specifically by Constellation to dig that one out. But the last, and then of course there's been like the one Mora had, which we don't know its true origins, and the one that that Barrett found, we don't really know its true origins. Although that one I think was also dug out by Lynn in a separate mining expedition. And then we had the one that Walter bought off that guy. But we're starting to see other factions and other NPCs in the game interested in these artifacts. Like the one that Walter bought was stolen from Slayton Aeronautics, so the like head of that company had acquired that somehow. Maybe knew what it was, maybe didn't. But they had taken a corporate interest in that. The last one we found was, it seemed like a research site was established there for one reason, but then they found the artifact, and they started a whole new research project based around that. So I'm curious if we're gonna find here that they had found this, Moybridge, which is a company, I assume, had found an artifact, and we're trying to see if it had, pharmacological applications. That's enough of me yapping my jaw. Let's get down to the surface and check this place out. Enough dilly-dallying.
Captain, landing procedure initiated.
For once we have a nice... I opted to just exit the ship. I think I'm fine. Like, I keep doing that 1 hour nap, but this well rested status, I think it lasts like 15 minutes or something like that. Doesn't feel long enough. Pirates, huh? And now something I definitely noticed grabbing that last artifact was that... Oh wow, now I feel really dumb. Hold on. One of the things I noticed while grabbing that last artifact was that I was either like just the right level or a little under leveled for that mission. Because remember, we ran into a level 50 elite enemy in that facility. Most of the enemies there were, below or around the same level as me, so that was no big.
Do you need something?
But that level 50 elite was definitely beyond my level. Notably
Any day
so.
you make it through is a victory in my book.
And already I'm seeing this level 36 pirate, and it's just a regular soldier, which usually when I see regular soldiers are like 16 or something, or 14 less. So I've got a good line on this guy. He's sort of in a advantageous position to me, so I'd like to... Nice. I'd like to do exactly that. A little sniper action. I need to... I really love this hard target as like a... like long to mid-range sniper rifle. I like it a lot. Like, I've been carrying this thing around. It's just rare. I'd love to find like an epic or legendary hard target. But it I really like the feel of this gun. I'd love to... I need to take some time. I haven't messed with weapon mods yet, really. But I've unlocked a bunch of them, and I have my weapon mod skill at max. So I can really improve guns that I like. But for that one in particular, I want to put a suppressor on it. Because it doesn't currently have one. It can reveal my location sometimes. Although, fortunately, when the enemy's that far away, they don't hear it. Darn, we missed our chance to take that guy out. Now, let's use my scope to actually look around a little bit before we advance. I'm constantly complaining about the stealth system in this game. But every once in a while, like, you're actually approaching from a distance and a distance that doesn't necessitate high ground to be able to see. And you can actually pick off some of the enemies ahead of time. I'm really hoping that pirate that we just saw walk up here is on a patrol route and is going to come back down these stairs if I wait. I don't want to just sit here waiting for him when he may never come back down. That might have been a one-way trip he was taking up here. Looks like a fairly big area. My hope is that, like, this main building here is just... Like, I'm hoping for no loading screens. Oh, there he is again. I want for this to be a smaller location than the giant facility they had me search for the last artifact, but I'm not holding my breath for that. Who else is here? It's light me up with caution. And chances are high I'm going to be spotted before I get a chance to do another stealth kill. Oh. Okay. This is going really well. It's going so well that I may take a minute to save my game. We finished what we had to do on Skink, so might as well save over that. Pack of smokes. Something about this game I've sort of I wouldn't call it a complaint. I might actually call it the opposite of a complaint. But in other Bethesda games I've played, I've always kind of felt like I'm constantly in need of more caps, for example, in Fallout. There's always something that I want to spend my caps on.
Wait, what was that?
Uh-oh.
Fire! Fire!
Alright, well, we've been found out. Time to switch to the Maelstrom.
Cover me!
The people inside the building are hearing me is what's happening, I think. Oh. They're really dumb though, so we'll just move on. I don't think they're gonna be able to get back out here to get me. I was kind of trying to save that building for last because I feel like It looks like there's a bunch of... Well... the building with the airlock feels like the main... like the primary building. So... searching the outskirts first, and we'll just work our way in towards that central building. Keep forgetting I can do this. Oh, heat leeches, ew. Oh, Jesus. Back to my old bad habits of clicking things before looking at them. Is that smart to do? That feels actually not smart to do. Let's not do that. We can do... Wait, where does this fit? Here? We can do that, and then do we have a 2 that'll fit those last 2? I don't think we do. Right, it doesn't feel like this one would. No. So maybe it is smart to do this in a single. Guess we're about to find out. Oh, sure, this would fit here somewhere, but I guess not. I mean, we can do this. And then... I think that'll fit. Yeah, perfect. Getting good at eyeballing those, so I don't have to test everything. Now this fits. But that's going to leave me with a 2 that I cannot do. How about this thing? Nope, that doesn't fit anywhere. Can do that there. No, that doesn't work either. Wow. Am I just screwed? Like there's nothing that fits? Wait. Yeah? And then this? Oh, thank goodness. I mean, I knew there wasn't even going to be anything in there I care about, but... I'm obsessed with picking all the locks. This is just a door. It's so weird when, like, some buildings on a planet's surface have airlocks and some just have doors. Ooh. You see that awesome hip shot I used to take out the other one? That was slick. Right, you see, I checked this time, guys. I'm eventually going to get enough negative reinforcement to just, like, blankly stare at every single door and chest before touching it. Oh, this is just out the other side. Okay, well, that was just a really... actually a little shocked by how small this building was. I guess that's just like a warehouse or some such. Just scope out the roof real quick. Nothing. Alright. Well, that leaves the main building, I think. Is there anything else? I mean, there's some tower way over there, but I think that's just a completely separate facility to this, right? Maybe? I mean, it's interestingly not on my map. Oh, yeah. Oh, it is on my map now. Structure. Okay. Okay. Ugh, keep almost falling off. Start on the roof. I killed someone up here, didn't I? Where are all those people I sniped? I feel like I haven't searched any of them yet. There's one like here. Yeah. It looks like I... Hold on a damn second. I don't think I went in here. Oh no. Is this place actually vastly bigger than I just wrote off this building, but like I'm now seeing multiple additional entrances to this building. Oh man, that goes down even further. Well, here's the lower entrance I saw. So that's a relief in and of itself, but... Ooh! Glad I took a second to really look. Demoralizing modified calibrated Kodama, legendary. 20% damage against robots, randomly deals poison damage and slows the target. Small chance to demoralize a target. I'm not sure what that means, but... It's a rifle, legendary rifle, wow. Don't mind if I do. It uses the 777 like the Maelstrom I'm currently using. So that might actually be an upgrade worth considering. Alright, I think that's the end of this building. I just have to go down there and give a proper look. But it doesn't look like this leads anywhere significantly different. Yeah, we're definitely looking at... We need to look at stands. I keep forgetting that that's... Like, there can be good stuff on the weapon stands and stuff. Notably, I didn't do the stupid little trick where I set my difficulty to very hard. I got that legendary just from... I'm on just on normal. I didn't do any shenanigans, so that just sort of confirms to me that it's just not worth... Like, it's all random number generation anyway. It's gonna all be more to do with luck than anything else. Yeah, let's take a minute to actually look at the weapon I just got. Because this modified Maelstrom is also just a rare. Oh, actually, the Maelstrom I'm using uses 6.5 millimeters. I have 9,000 rounds for that, but I think I saw that. Well, let's just look. Wait, is this the thing I just got? It is, isn't it? It's really fancy looking. Like, at first glance, I was like, is that just like an energy weapon? Did I not realize it was an energy weapon when I was looking at it before? But no, it definitely uses just 777 millimeter, which I knew that was the most common type of ammunition I've been picking up, and I haven't used the gun that uses it in a while. You can see I have 11,800 rounds of 777. Sadly, this has lower range than the Maelstrom, a higher fire rate. So this strikes me as more of a an SMG. Like, this is definitely going to be like semi-auto or full auto. I guess this extended mag Maelstrom is semi-auto. Oh, it even says that on it. Oh, this is burst fire. I don't know if I'm gonna... Like, it's half the damage, but it's obviously firing much faster. But, I mean, range 26. Even this shotgun has a bigger range than this. I can't imagine any scenario where I would be close enough to to care about using this instead. I mean, it's a cool addition to my collection, but upon further review, I need a good, like, I would love a good mid-range, full auto, or burst fire rifle. I could probably modify this Maelstrom to be full auto if I wanted to. Really need to take a minute to look into weapon modification. Maybe after this video I'll hook around in it. We looted this guy, right? Okay. And this takes me up to the roof, which I've been on. I think there's no more excuses. I gotta go inside. Let's use the side entrance, actually. This is the top floor. So definitely the way I'd like to go in. I have some damage on me, so let's see what I've got for aid. Maybe I've got some food I can eat. Seem to accidentally pick up food all the time. I mean, I just thought this was a cool name for a cereal, but the more I think about it, the more I think I'm just going to eat this. I don't need to be collecting random shit like this. This is really interesting, though. I love the design here. Like, I feel like this was, I feel like thought went into this. It's something I've noticed, like, several times in this game. There's just some really smart, like, details that they've put into the game. Because we on Earth in the modern day, we use paper products for a lot of things. We got cardboard boxes at the wazoo. You know, cereal comes in a cardboard box when you buy it in the supermarket, usually. Unless you're like me and you buy that bulk generic brand cereal because you're poor. But in a future, you know, spacefaring society, I don't know that plastics would be more readily abundant, because I guess that sort of is dependent on hydrocarbons, right? But I assume that in this future they've come up with some sort of plastic-like alternative that, or they've come up with a way to like make hydrocarbons artificially. So I guess the long-winded thing I'm trying to say is that it makes sense that cardboard wouldn't be common or abundant for things like this, because the logistics of like going to another planet to like chop down trees and like process lumber and all that would be an outmoded way of thinking, right? So they have this like plastic container that the cereal comes in, or plastic looking material. And look at how cool this is. I love this design. Like, I would love for cereal to like come in this sort of container. Like, I would reuse the shit out of something like this. Like, it's got like just the right size hole at the top with a little lid that you can lift up and pour your cereal into the bowl and then reseal it. They wouldn't even need the like plastic or like wax paper like bag on the inside to keep your cereal fresh, because yeah. Oh, yeah. I got off on such a tangent, I forgot why I came into this menu in the first place. I was going to eat that. And then I don't think that's really going to... Well, Whatever. Let's just save. We'll save, and that way if we die, we won't lose progress on the exploration we've already done here. I know there's some enemies remaining in here. Oh, yeah. Duh. Let's be smart. Looks like the enemies are mostly on the lower level here. Although just for me barely tiptoeing around this place, these enemies like on the floor below start freaking out.
Getting too jumpy.
The stealth system in this game does not feel rewarding. It just doesn't, like it has in even other Bethesda games. I feel a lot more rewarded for a stealth
Gonna take you apart.
playstyle. Alright, I mean, I guess to be fair, it looks like this is a level 50 elite. Who's apparently immortal because I just shot him a bunch, he took no damage. I mean, this could apparently, this could be some weird geometry with that fence there. Preventing me from actually doing damage. Of course, those railings do not prevent the enemy from hitting me, which is just so fun. Fine. You guys are mad at me for being here. Well, I'm right up the stairs. I mean, feel free to come talk to me about your feelings. Oh my god. I'll fully admit I was not expecting them to actually come up here. Enemies are like really frustratingly bad at pursuing you in this game. But did I kill the one? I did.
No mercy.
No mercy, huh? Does that mean you're gonna hop back? Yes! Okay. That was all the enemies in this room, at least. Really looking forward to the ability to just eating things on the fly. Did I just see... I saw something weird for a second there. Guess not. You're doing some pharmacological research in these fauna or flora specimens here. Alright, I mean, I guess I've finished exploring this floor. It's just like a balcony. People are just, in this universe, are just super interested in the autobiography from the person who founded Chunks. People like the stories of success. Someone who struck it rich. With a good idea to make cheap, nasty food for the masses. Oh, this looked interesting. I was wondering if it was something I could pick up. But no. This is just that front door, right? Yeah, it's the two bodies I encountered before. Oh, didn't check this room yet. Computer here, that's good. And a safe. Alright, Ian Moybridge's computer. Interesting. I've seen Moybridge pharmaceutical stuff all over the settled systems. All around the Starfield. But this appears to be a very significant facility because someone with the Moybridge name was working out of this location, Ian. P-wave analysis. Manual P-wave analysis of the cave system. Cave system? Indicates that there's a lot more to this place than we first suspected. The area beyond this cave appears as a dead zone, almost like we're looking into deep space. A huge deposit of pure nothingness. Nothing we are aware of has properties like this. So again, like my theory about, you know, they were here specifically, well, I mean, maybe not, because they clearly had this place set up and this computer installed, and he's saying that there's more to this place than they first suspected. Oh, so interesting. Look at this. Almost like we're looking into deep space. A huge deposit of pure nothingness, nothing we're aware of, has properties like this. I have a friend at Stroud, Walter, who is into this sort of thing. I'm sending him my findings to see if he has any experience with results like ours. So maybe that's how I ended up with the intel about Skink. Maybe Walter mentioned it. I thought the temple at Skink was one. Or no, we're not at Skink anymore. I'm so backwards. This was something that Vladimir ended up giving me. I don't know. That doesn't matter. I'm sure Walter's the one who these findings were sent to, who maybe passed them on to Vladimir, who then did a scan with the eye and found out that there is something to it. But it looks like they were, you know, at least tangentially aware of the artifact and curious about it at this facility. I mean, I'll read the other computer entries. Maybe we'll get more world building surrounding that. Very significantly, they mentioned a cave system. I was about to remark that, like, I feel like I've finished exploring this place and I did not find an artifact. So there's going to be an entrance to a cave somewhere around here. Somewhere near this facility or in this facility that's going to take us deeper. And looks like we may be in store for another artifact that's in a cave, which is be more in line with the pattern we've seen with those so far. We've had to dismiss the remaining staff temporarily, at least. They've received what severance we can afford to give, as well as a promise that we'll bring them back on once our company has a real product that we can bring them. Oh wow! So this is a very like bleeding edge venture capital type pharmaceutical company that's hasn't yet brought a product to market. Venture capital is not the term I was looking for. I guess it's just an R&D company until they have a product, right? Or we secure funding from other sources. Speaking of venture capital investing, this isn't the first time they've heard this, so they took it as well as you could hope. What is glunch? I think it's important to remember that glunch isn't a thing or a process or whatever. It's a state of mind. Sure, glunch might be short for glob lunch, but really it's a way of looking at the world. Glunch is the way that sad sacks and lazy idiots have eaten since time immemorial. The key to a good glunch is the binding agent. Most of the time, you can use eggs from chickens or whatever those gooey orbs they eat on Aquila are to create the basis for a glob. Then cook it up with whatever you have lying around. Chunks of chunks. The remains of another meal. Even gravel. I don't know about that last bit. Serve it between 2 slices of whatever refined grain slabs you have lying around and eat with a fork and knife. We glunch or the world glunches us. Ian here was waxing philosophical about his life philosophy on his PC here. Okay. So yeah, I think we finished searching this building. But quite notably... Oh, wait. I don't know that I explored this room either. Yara Moybridge's computer. Maybe a brother-sister team? Dispatched here to head up their primary research project? And to enjoy glunches together? Sure. Yeah, let's learn about Yara. See what she's got going on. Probably shouldn't assume Yara's gender. It's kind of a gender-neutral name. We believe that properties of the cavern, again referencing the cave I need to find, have led to fungal growth with medicinal properties. So that's probably the primary reason they were here, and the primary thing they were thinking about the cave. In fact, some of those specimens I see in the glass out there probably came from the cave. But then the artifact was thrown off those strange scanner anomalies that made them wonder about something more going on here. While spores consumed in the cave appear to dramatically reduce inflammation, the task of making this a viable commercial product can't proceed until we find some way to stabilize their properties. So they just send workers down the cave who let them breathe in some strange alien spores, and they're like, oh, less swelling. That's good. Like consumed in the cave. Like what kind of science were they doing here? What do they mean? That line threw me off a little bit. Like, what are they just like going down in the cave and like chomping down on some fungus and being like, oh yeah, didn't send me on a wacky trip, but maybe some pharmacological applications. The creatures, oh goodness. The creatures that live in the cave system must be kept alive. Our current working theory is that they interact with the spores in some way to create an ecosystem scaffold that allows for the properties we've observed. Whether or not we can recreate that ecosystem in an industrial setting remains to be seen. This reminds me of that, remember we went to that planet where they were making like a rehab center for criminals? And we had to go find that guy who had ended up in a cave. There was that cave that had all those bug creatures in it that were building nests and stuff in there. I wonder if we're going to run into the same sort of creature here. I keep saying I'm done with it, thinking I'm done with this building, and then I find more rooms that I like have completely ignored. So I'm trying to take a real careful look around before I walk back out into the elements here. I don't think there's any reason to be stealthy anymore. I think I've killed all the pirates, at least the ones on the outside here. Yeah, see, the quest markers notably, So much for my theory about killing all the pirates. You can't really peek over cover in this game, can you? Darn. I am not a good shot with this. Unless I've got a full 10 minutes to prepare my shot. Alright, well. They're just sitting up here wasting ammo like a fool. Oh, is that one on the roof? Okay. Well, I clearly have to go down to this building down here. So let's just YOLO it, shall we? YOLO!
Take him down! Fire! Fire! Pour it on! Ah, idiot! Go, go, go! Run! Opening fire!
Padded hat, I'll take that. Because it's dark outside and light inside, I can't actually see what's outside when I'm inside. Which is realistic, but annoying for a video game. Oh, come on! How are you supposed to get up there? I mean, they did that to get up there, right? They used... Oh, well, let's deal with this first, I guess. Dude's out here in the weeds. Jesus! That was completely unnecessary. Alright, well, there's a way in. But I wasn't trying to go in. I thought there was like an enemy up here shooting at me. I guess not. Let's go in then, I guess.
Here! Over here!
What is that long... Calibrated Pirate Corsair space helmet. Nifty. That's other thing though. I do stream these on Twitch, although I'm mostly just using Twitch. In lieu of a more meaningful recording setup to record my VODs so I can then post them on YouTube. So I don't actually read I don't like look at Twitch chat or anything. I'm not like a professional streamer or anything like that. So I don't ever, like, if someone like stumbles upon my stream while I'm streaming this and comments something, I don't ever see it till after I'm done streaming. But someone in like one of the last few videos had popped on my stream and left a comment, which I saw after I was done recording. And they were saying that I was leaving a bunch of ammo behind because apparently when you pick up guns, like if I were to pick up this drum beat, I guess I would get some 11mm ammo from that. Let's test that theory, shall we? 4123. Oh yeah, 4151. But I mean, I haven't had a real problem with having enough ammo, you know. I haven't really had to worry about ammo in a while. I am, you know, deliberately using guns for which I have a lot of ammo, like this Maelstrom, where I still have 9,000 rounds. It's just another way out. I think this is the way to advance. Let's go. Yes, I think it's just such a pain to like the other thing is I'm wasting money. Like if I really wanted to accumulate a bunch of credits in this game, and I think I touched on this earlier in the same video, I haven't felt like really pressed to be a loot goblin. The game hasn't really, like, I think I started talking about how in other Bethesda games I always feel like I'm desperate for more caps, like in a Fallout game or whatever. There's always something like, oh, I wish I could buy this, but I don't have enough caps. I'll have to keep that in mind and come back to it. In this game, I've basically had enough credits to do everything I've wanted to do when I've wanted to do it. The one exception being, I wanted to buy that home in Aquila way back when I was really struggling with inventory management. And I didn't have enough credits for that. But then for a while after that, I was just collecting credits like it was my job. And ended up with like a nice little accumulation. How many credits do I have right now? So I have almost 500,000 credits right now. I had like 600,000 credits before I modified my new ship and got it all the like every system upgrade to the max I could. But I'm almost back up to 500,000 again. That brought me down to like 300k for a minute. But yeah, open the door. Oh. Trauma pack. Don't mind if I do. Formal slack suit. I'm pretty sure I already have that, but I'll take it. Don't need a deep recon spacesuit. Oh, really? Really, game? Walkers now. I'm gonna have to be careful clicking on walkers now. That's just awesome. What a pain in my patootie. Right, and then this. Boy, sure glad I did that for some rivets and 800 credits. Yeah, there's nothing I've been really feeling like, oh boy, I need to save up credits so I can buy such and such. Although, to be fair, I've never walked into an enhance facility and really like seen what they had to offer. I guess in my mind, like early in the game, I was like, oh, that's just a place you can change your character's appearance if you want to. But for all I know, it's like, you know how in all the Fallout games, there's usually a place you can find where, and this goes all the way back to Fallout 1, by the way. There's a place you can find where you can increase your special, your like base attributes for your character, which is a pretty big deal. And that usually costs a ton of money. I haven't looked into outpost building too much, or Or modifying weapons or spacesuits, so maybe that's a very expensive process. We'll have to see. I just got another epic shotgun. Wait, not a shotgun. No, it is a shotgun. There's a really weird barrel, right? It uses those shells that my pacifier uses. Does more damage than the less armor one has. Oh, that's a really interesting attribute. I mean, that's useless for me because I'm just going to constantly be wearing the top tier armor in this game. I like me some DR. Deals 30% damage on the next attack after hitting a target's limbs. Those are both kind of lame, if I'm being real. 260 compared to 332 for the Coachman and 163 for the... I don't know. I don't think I'm interested in that. Worth looking at, though. So this is where it's leading me, the quest objective. This is a loading screen door. So I'm definitely going to save. And then just because it's on my mind right now, I'm going to do the thing. I don't think this makes any difference at this point. But there's no reason not to do it at times like this. Because for all I know, this is going to be a massive, massive facility underneath here. It certainly was for the last artifact we picked up. So I should plan on being lost and frustrated and deeply wishing I could find my way out of this place. Getting stressed about missing things. Minor hard hat outfit? That sounds fun. Oh. A level 32 elite. There was notably another... Ooh, I took a lot of damage. Hold on. I think I killed that guy, but he got me with a grenade. Got me from beyond the grave. Well, I guess I'm kind of out of combat right now. Let's use just some med packs. Because I think he's dead. I think we lived. There was a level 50 elite on the surface. In the pre-cave part of this dungeon. Which leads me to believe that this is the same level, sort of level area as where I got the last artifact from, which makes sense. They gave me these quests at the same time. Oh, damn it. Saw it too late. Yeah, and then this one, right? I don't particularly think I wouldn't go into these if I saw it first, but like something about being caught off guard and being stuck in a screen when I'm in the middle of looking around a place is really off-putting. Do I have a 1? I don't have a 1. So that's a trap. Here we go. Oh boy. I guess I'll take that for now. Really dark in here. already I see 3 separate directions at least that I could go. This smells a little bit dead-endish. We're gonna head this way first and hope that it is indeed a dead end. Oh no. Oh wait, maybe. Oh no. I don't see any like pressing reason why I need to go down here. This is almost starting to feel like the correct way to go. So I'm gonna head back. I'm gonna double back and check the other direction. Clearly not a dead end. My dreams have been dashed. All right, here's the split. Let's check this way. Well, now this feels like the right way. Might be an all roads lead to Rome type situation here. Okay. Oh, come on. I went through that about as quickly as one could. Alright, the game just gave me lung damage. Let's see if I just have anything on hand to deal with that. I don't know that bandages would. Treats all afflictions. Completely drains O2. Panacea indeed. I don't think I've ever noticed before that this just straight up is like the everything fix button. Burns and frostbite. No, I don't think I have anything for lungs. No. Well, I'm pretty sure lung damage just decreases my O2 recovery or some nonsense like that. Oh, look at this. This place already has a distressing number of twists and turns. Oh man. Ay, ay, ay. I knew I'd soon be hating this place. I think lung damage is the name of the game in this dungeon. I think like that's the whole point. Oh yeah, I've read that before. I'm feeling really overwhelmed with the number of different paths right now. But I'm just gonna have to get over myself and pick a direction to go. Yeah, I think the whole game of this place is avoiding these pods so you don't get your lungs fucked up, but I don't think those creatures mean me any harm. I mean, other than the pods that they're clearly laying around here. Alright, so that was blissfully a dead end. One of the few I've encountered so far. Let's try going this way. And then... Oh God, I don't know. I've already been here, right? I'm so confused. This way, I guess, maybe? Oh, okay. I recognize that as the other direction. So all roads do lead to Rome, in a way. Which is good, which means I can just advance in this direction. Down that way. Did I already explore up here? Right, yeah, okay. I'll have to get a full scan on those things while I'm down here. Ew. Scott Moybridge, oh. One last bet. I'm guessing that's a data log or something. I'll have to check that out in a second here. Yara and I have been... Wait. Shoot. What was your name? Scott. Is that a third Moybridge name, or is that the guy who was being philosophical about the... Oh man, I'm so dumb. It was called One Last Bet, right? I should have just read it instead of being, letting my ADD get the best of me. One last bet. Yar and I have been swinging at the fences for too long for this not to be the big one. We've gone to too many weird places and looked at too many strange rocks for this to not work out. This is the last bit of money we have left over from Dad's final gift. Ooh. So Scott and Yara, and maybe some other sibling if I'm misremembering one of the names, inherited the Moybridge company, or at least the Moybridge fortune, from their parents, which is always the way, isn't it? And they either inherited the company also, or founded this company with that inheritance money, and they've spent the family fortune chasing their dream, and just to end up dead in a cave on an alien planet with no one even caring enough to send someone to retrieve your body. It has to work out, or we're going to be forced to go do desk work for Argos or some other mud hunting job. Well, yeah, you didn't have to do that at least, but woof. sorry, Scott. So why did you have just a random uranium on you? That's weird. Thing to carry around. Why did that catch me off guard? Like, I knew I could see the artifact was in this chamber, but I had a little bit of selective amnesia and forgot that chances were high I'd be ambushed by a Starborn again, so it jump scared me. But we were able to handle that okay. This again, further reinforcing my theory, like, he was just in here waiting. Ambush me. Guarding this thing. So he either used some sort of, and we know they have quantum teleportation technology, so he either used some sort of teleportation technology to transport here when he detected I was near an artifact to try and stop me, or I don't know, or was laying in wait. But I don't think they can I don't think they can handle these artifacts on their own. I don't think they can be the ones to initially remove them from the cores of these planets like this. Artifact Tau. I think only humans can do that. I think the Starborn have been prevented from such. I think the aliens that left them for humanity. Starborn are jealous or worried about the implications. Like, the more tidbits of the story I get, the more I'm thinking that the Starborn are not the aliens that, you know, spread these artifacts around or built those temples. I think the Starborn are aware of those aliens and know more about them certainly than I do. But there's something different, I think. There's definitely something different. Just not sure what it is or what the meaning is behind it all yet. They acted like they're the guardians of this technology. But more and more it seems like they aren't trying to, you know, keep us from their technology. They're trying to keep us from some other advanced technology that they're aware of. And for what reason, I don't know. Okay, so the quest updated to, we've got to add the we've got both of the artifacts for this further into the unknown quest. I'm realizing now that I don't think I had, like, I guess in my head I thought I could turn in the one artifact I found if I wanted to, but I had decided on my own to go get both of them before doing so. And, but it's occurring to me now that I'm looking at the quest, I don't think I had that option. I think I needed to get both of the new artifacts before it was going to let me return and add them to the collection. Right, so let's check this. 3 undiscovered temples now. So I think I am correctly understanding what I'm seeing on this screen and what the meaning is behind the undiscovered temples. So this means that it doesn't mean there's only 3 temples remaining in the entire game. It just means that of the artifacts we've already retrieved, which each of them is linked to a certain temple in some way, like the harmonics or whatever. Of the ones we've retrieved, 3 of them we have not yet found the temple that corresponds to the artifacts. Very interesting. Is there anything I want to do before turning in this main quest? Every once in a while, I really need to take a minute and, like, look through everything. Collect your new ship. Guess I haven't really looked into that yet. Travel to Vulture's Roost. I keep meaning to look into this, but I just haven't. Every time I like try to grind this out, it bores the hell out of me because it just involves me surveying random planets and hoping to find a plant or animal. It's too bad there's not a database. Like, this is something that's really bothered me in this game. Like, I really wish, like, the surveying planets is such a cool activity. I really enjoy it as part of the game. But I guess like, it's fundamentally unsatisfying at the end of the day because you get this planet survey data. It goes into your notes. Let's see if I can find like here, Altair 4 survey data. It goes into your notes, and then you can sell it to Vladimir. Or I don't know if he gives you credits for it. You can turn it into Vladimir. And I believe you can also turn it into the list representative in New Atlantis. And I'm not sure if there's anywhere else. Presumably there's other places you can turn it in for credits, profit, or prestige. I haven't turned in any survey data yet. Here's another one. But you can't look at it. Like, I click on it, and it's nothing, right? So even though I know I've encountered plants and or animals, because I have like 2 out of 5 that I need for that quest, I've encountered plants and or animals that give sedative, but there's nowhere for me to go and like look through the survey data I've gathered to find where I encountered those plants and animals. Like, there should be. I would just really love it if there was a database that when you survey planets, you're building up a sort of like personal database of the settled systems where you can like go in and it will show like it will just list maybe in like this isn't like Bethesda developer, if you're randomly watching my video, here's my recommendation for adding this to your game. Because somewhere in the game file, in my save file, it knows what planets I've surveyed. It knows what animals and plants I've fully scanned, flora and fauna I've fully scanned, and what resources I've scanned, and what land features I've scanned. In doing all that, so it's part of my save file somewhere. I would love a menu where it just lists all of the star systems I've been to in just an alphabetical order, an alphabetical list, and then I can click on a star system and it'll expand and it'll show all the planets in that star system that I've got anywhere above 0% survey data on. And then if I've fully scanned a mineral resource or a flora or a fauna or a land feature even on that planet, I can then click in to expand it further. That, I'm just imagining nested menus, right? I can expand it further and look at the individual flora and fauna I've scanned. I understand why something like that wouldn't be in the game, because Like maybe it was like a moonshot thing that they wanted to put in the game, but like making like a 3D, like they probably were thinking, oh well, we would need to actually have like a 3D image of the animal or the plant that could like pull up and you'd see what it looks like, and then people would realize that we reuse the same assets with different coloring for like all the plants in the game or like most of the animals. Like I get it, but like come on, like I would take that menu without any images, like just like here's the name of the animal and from that's on that planet, and here are the things like you, because when you scan it you learn like it's a source of these things, and I think maybe you learn like its temperament and stuff. I don't know, but the more you scan it, the more data you get about the plants and animals until you finish scanning it, and then you have all the information on that plant and or animal, flora and or fauna. I should use the scientific terms, darn it. But like, it would be so useful to have that in the game. Like, there's a utility to it, especially for like not just for this quest, but if I want to set up an outpost somewhere, like if I eventually get like the zoology skill and I want to set up an outpost somewhere where I like farm animals, like how am I going to know where I want to set something like that up? Because there's no database for me to consult for like what I've discovered. Like I would just have to stumble upon a useful fauna on a planet and be like, oh, it would be useful if I could, farm this creature to get unlimited structural material or whatever the hell. You know, if you're watching, Tev, I want that in a future update badly, very badly, because it's so frustrating to know I've encountered sedatives before, but there's no way for me to like look into that even though I have the survey data. You know? There's no way for me to like know what planets or stuff I've been to either. Like it'd be good to get a feel for that. Like, oh, like I've got this planet that's like 87% surveyed. I'd like to go back there and like complete the survey data at some point. That sort of thing. But there's no interface like that in the game. I can really only, like, the only way to really look into that is to like go to a system manually in my ship and dart around to the planets to get the percentages of how much I've surveyed the different planets. It's like it's not good. Like, this is a sci-fi game. I should be able to, like, the whole surveying thing is like you're doing field research. And there's even like missions, like a lot of the constellation missions, in fact, or like locate these interesting features on planets, like survey Thalassia in Olympus. Like, we're scientists and explorers. Like, it'd be fun if I was accumulating data. It'd just be a fun, really satisfying thing to look through. I think I read an article in Kotaku or something about someone who's already surveyed like 400 different planets in Starfield, and they're making it like their mission to survey like all the planets they come across. And I think that's really cool, but how cool would it be for them and for people like me who love that world building sort of stuff to have some sort of database we could look at and bask in the glow of our accomplishments in that regard, you know? You know? If you're watching this video and you have an opinion about whether that should be part of the game, throw it in the comments. I love seeing YouTube comments. I don't get them very often, so tell me what you think about that. Yeah, let's go. I don't think there is anything else on my to-do list. I know I did want to check real quick Vulture's Roost. What was the level of Vulture's Roost again? Also, Vulture's Roost is on Jaffa, or in the Jaffa system, which is level 35, which is perfect for me. So we'll go to Jaffa. We'll go to Jaffa and check that out next. But I think the first thing we're gonna do. Let's turn this in and see what happens. I gotta assume that at some point all these artifacts that we are assembling into this strange alien sphere thing are gonna actually do something. I don't know how many more artifacts there are out there for us to collect. And I know at one point my theory was it's going to give me a skill, kind of like in the temples. It looks like there's a bunch of artifacts floating around that form a circle and then give me a skill. But I'm starting to move away from that theory because there's a temple for every artifact, as I'm finding. A temple that corresponds with every artifact. So I feel like we're assembling the artifacts into something way more significant than just another alien magic power, right? So let's go back to the lodge, turn in these artifacts, see if anything exciting happens. We've been getting the starborn ambushes lately, so for all I know, you cannot fast travel from this location. I hate when the game does that. Hold on. It really seems like mixed on whether or not I can fast travel out of instanced dungeons. Because when I was in that frozen facility, I was able to just boop right out of there. Which was great. Can I fast travel back to my ship? Cannot fast travel from this location. Well, gosh. Okay then. Let's find our way back out of this cave, in that case. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Alright. So, wait, hold on. What's that? Right. So can I fast travel from here? Question mark. I can. Alright. Yeah, let's go. Let's do it! Ryujin Industries builds a name for itself by inventing neuroamps. The company then quickly branches out into many other fields. And we read about that in the Neon info board. Oh yeah, I've got that lung damage. Oh, well, it's too late. We'll, at some point, grab something out of the ship's hold to deal with our lung damage. Let's do a save before we go in here, because you never know what's going to happen. It's probably just going to be another boring animation of the two artifacts joining the other ones, and people in the lodge remarking on how remarkable it all is. Talk to Vladimir to locate temples. We just got that mission back. So I've been able to talk to Vladimir and ask him if there's any new temples. That dialogue option never went away, but lately he's been saying, oh, I haven't found any. Oh, that cough just startled me. Lately he's been saying, oh, I haven't been able to find any more yet. I'm still working on it. Following some leads, but nothing yet, type of stuff. But now that I'm back here with 2 new artifacts, it gave me that quest back, which has been missing from my bar for a while. So presumably, once I turn these in, and I go talk to Vlad, he's going to point me towards some more alien powers, which is very exciting. That's probably just the next thing the game wants me to do, although that's always been a side quest thing, right? Yeah, talk to Vladimir to locate more temples is under miscellaneous. This is the main quest, and we're about to turn this in. I'm really curious
would be
what...
more useful to you aboard your ship than idling here awaiting tasks.
Oh, Vasco misses traveling with us. We might bring him back on board. Well, let's do it.
Look at how far we've come. It's all becoming so overwhelming. The Starborn, the artifact visions, the music. Is it all worth it?
Mateo, are you having a crisis of faith? You?
Is it all
What if the
worth it? you
Starborn are
saying?
right? What if our hunt for the artifacts is a fool's errand, doomed to failure and catastrophe?
You think we're doing the wrong thing? We just want answers. Isn't that why we all joined in the first place? The noble quest of discovery?
You two better stop before we all drown in seriousness. It's for my future asshole playthrough. And what is this, like... Why is everyone, like, crumbling in despair now? Are they really that terrified by the Starborn? I've been dispatching them pretty easily when I've encountered them. You know, to be fair, I am a completionist, so I've been doing so much side stuff. Besides the main story that I'm probably over-leveled. Like, I know I keep being like, oh, a level
Everything
50
all right?
elite. Well, this was definitely... Maybe I'm under-leveled, but... Maybe I've been over-leveled for what they were expecting this stuff to be a real challenge. And maybe the Starborn is meant to be, like, really challenging enemies. I just have been, you know, over-leveled for my encounters with them, so I keep, like, writing them off as, like, all talk and no danger, but... Maybe I should be taking the lead from these NPCs as to how I should be feeling about them. But I'm with Noel on this one. Noel's right. We can't abandon who we are now.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to shame either of you. Blame the workings of a worried mind. I just hope that this journey doesn't turn us into something that we wouldn't recognize from where we are now.
Hate to interrupt, but I have a favor to ask. Lot of equipment on the Eye has reached the span's end. If we're going to find more artifacts further out, we need work done. Got the nods and signs from Sarah and Walter for the materials, but I need hands.
Alright, so it sounds like that's where the main quest is going next. Is Vladimir is wanting us to help replace some equipment on the Eye so that they can scan even deeper into space looking for more artifacts and what have you. Plenty of other people you could ask, Vlad. What kind of repairs?
Console parts, replacement wires that have burned out, some fixes to the intercom between the station and the lodge.
Yeah, I was wondering why he was, Vlad here was hanging out in the lodge, but maybe the Eye is just falling apart and he needed to be down here now. Sorry, you may have just heard a knocking at my door. I was expecting a Amazon delivery today, so I'm pretty sure that's what it is. We're just gonna ignore it. I think I saw the person walk away right after, so I'm 90% sure it's an Amazon delivery driver. I'll go pick up that package in a minute. We're about to end this video. Yeah, happy to help. I'll head up to the Eye.
Won't be going alone. Need more than just the you and I. Asked around. A few constellations are already on their way up.
Oh, so he's sending a bunch of people up there to help out. Help out fixing the place up. Short-sighted, go to the Eye. That's a really funny. So I guess I didn't even really notice them go, because as soon as I clicked it, I got sucked into that conversation between Mateo and Noel. By the way, Mateo's starting to sketch me out. Like, the whole game I've been like, he's... Like, I wasn't sure he was, like, the religious guy at first. He seemed just more like the fantastical, like, willing to believe in crazy stuff guy. So I thought he was initially just, like, willing to believe in aliens.
Well, I suppose that station...
More willing than most of the people here to believe that aliens are real. Oh, he was saying that station in orbit is more than paid for itself at this point. Yeah, facts, man, and worth investing more into to refurbish it or whatever's needed. So let's take a look at what we just got. Short side, that is really funny since it's called the Eye. Vladimir needs some upgrades and repairs to the Eye. Several members of Constellation are on their way to help. So a bunch of members of Constellation are going up to the Eye. I saw when everyone like, disappeared just now that Noel, looks like Noel, Sarah, and Mateo all went up to the Eye. He was just complimenting Sarah as the best person to be running this place. Vasco, I feel bad. You just guilt-tripped me, Vasco, quite successfully. So let's take a look at what my assignments are looking like right now. I've got the Adoring Fan at the Outpost, Howler at the Outpost, Lynn at the Outpost. Wait, what is going on right now? Whoa. Whoa. A bunch of people just disappeared from my crew list. Sarah's gone, Andrea's gone, Sam's gone. I guess just those three, right? But basically all crew members I had that were a member of Constellation are no longer available for me to assign. Whatever needed doing in the Eye has taken precedence. I can't even.
A cursory scan indicates that you are in good health. Captain, may I be of assistance on your ship?
I think it's pretty great that you get to go with him. But he's still
wow. Oh, there's new dialogues here. Okay. Any known records of these so-called
Although my
Starborn?
database of human history is not fully complete, it is quite extensive. At this time, I am unable to locate any valid references. Given the unusual nature of the encounter, it is reasonable to surmise that any earlier occasions would have been documented. One explanation is that this is the first time they have been discovered. An alternate explanation is that prior encounters resulted in 0 survivors to document the experience.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, either they've never been encountered before because they're certainly weird enough that they would have warranted some sort of documentation, or they've killed all the witnesses. Yeah, let's hope this is just the first time then. Facts. If they want to fight, they'll get one. That's really comforting, Vasco.
That is
yeah.
the preferred explanation, given the implications for your future survival. But it remains the case
that's really
that
funny.
their first interaction consisted of threats of violence.
Yeah, that does remain the case, doesn't it? I don't remember him saying anything about outpost development, but let's just hear this dialogue. I feel like I've asked him this before.
The exploration of an unknown planet can be a major undertaking. By building an outpost, you will be able to construct scanning equipment, resource extractors, and defenses. It is even possible to set up multiple outposts capable of manufacturing, allowing you to build advanced equipment.
Oh, so this is like... I mean, this is an outpost tutorial, basically.
I will see you at a...
Just gonna back out, because I'm not interested in... Like, maybe I'll click on some of those menu options later. Yeah, will it let me... Wait.
You may. I will do my best to provide satisfactory
Pretty sure I've gone
answers.
through these dialogue options before, too, right? Maybe not. Maybe I haven't. I'd like to know more about
I
what
will
makes you
answer
tick.
your questions truthfully. Unlike you, I am incapable of lying.
Oh, goodness. How much do you know about
Constellation
humans?
has seen to it that I possess a near encyclopedic knowledge of human history, art, culture, and science. May I answer a question for you?
Oh, goodness gracious. We've gone down the dialogue rabbit hole here, haven't we? What kind of human
This
music
is
do you
a
like?
difficult question to parse. I do not experience enjoyment. However,
Yeah, that's fair.
I find that the music of ancient Japan has a pleasantly mathematical sound. The same is true of the works of European composers from the Baroque period. I have dedicated significant time to processing these compositions and understanding their structure.
He likes classical music. Do you know any human jokes? This will
I
be a
am
fun
looking at one. I hope that was a suitable response. Constellation did not equip me with a sense of humor. I have done my best to mimic Barrett's.
Oh, you did great. You did great, Vasco. I'm fucking in stitches right now. That was good. Oh, that was really good. I'm looking at one, bro. Woof. Oh, man. Ugh. Vasco. Oh, you caught me off guard with that, Vasco. What was the greatest invention in human
Logically,
history?
I believe the correct answer to be the airplane, followed
Okay, sure,
shortly
yeah.
by the computer.
True,
Humans
yeah.
could not have become a spacefaring species without them. Illogically speaking, I am inclined to believe that books were your greatest invention. I have spent a good deal of time processing works of
so he doesn't mean
science
books, he
fiction.
means fiction.
They make good case studies in how your species could have made a mess of its entry into the stars in different ways than you did in reality.
I love Vasco. Vasco's really, like, I remember going through all of the dialogue that I had at the time with him at the beginning of the game, and everything he said was just like that perfect like AI accidentally being hilarious dialogue, which is just my favorite in sci-fi games. It's just my absolute favorite. Do you speak every human
I have been
language?
programmed to comprehend all modern and ancient human languages. The only exception is
His body
language. My body is crafted from reinforced metal and therefore incompatible with such forms of expression.
I have a question about
I am
something else.
prepared for your inquiry.
How did you become part of... I'm, like, so sure I've asked this before.
Constellation recovered me from an abandoned lunar room. I am told I was in quite a state of... Since then, I have been...
Sorry, I skipped over that because I have heard that before. So some of these might have, like, lit up anew. Like, I think I've asked him this, how did you get your name, before?
Constellation named me after the Portuguese explorer Vasco da Gama, who resided on Earth in the 15th century AD. He explored his home planet by way of its seas. Barrett tells me he was quite an accomplished explorer. I am inclined to believe it, as that is a compliment Barrett normally reserves for himself.
You remember anything from before you were
Some data
reprogrammed?
from my time on Earth's moon remains deep in my motherboard, but I do not frequently access it. Very little
Interesting.
of what is in those files would prove useful to modern spacefarers.
Makes sense. So you were
That
built
is
on
correct.
Earth's moon?
I am a first-generation Model A robot. As such, I was manufactured on Earth's moon. Modern lunar robotics products are manufactured
Oh, so
elsewhere.
Lunar Robotics is the name of the company. That's really interesting. I'll have to take a little peek at Luna next time I'm looking at the Sol system and see if there's like a lunar robotics facility there, because it'd be fun to like see if we can dive into Vasco's backstory a little bit more. It's a good thing they were able to fix you up, Vasco, because you are
an
a
exceptionally
gem.
driven and intelligent group of humans. I would expect nothing less of them. I
Yeah,
am
same.
powered by wheels and cogs.
Sorry
They
for
are
coughing in your face,
responsible
Vasco.
for any ticking that emanates from me.
Do you enjoy working with
That is
Constellation?
a difficult question to parse. I do not experience human emotions such as
Yeah, I kinda figured
enjoyment.
you'd respond
However, I have been kept busy since Constellation acquired me. That satisfies my directive to be as helpful as possible for the duration of my existence.
Oh. Do you miss the lodge while we're traveling? I mean, clearly not, because he's annoyed that I've left him here.
In a geographical sense, the lodge cannot be missed. It is easily accessible from the New Atlantis spaceport. But I presume that you are using miss in this context to mean long for. In which case, my answer
is
no.
no. I long for nothing.
Barrett, however, regularly complains about missing the lodge's amenities during our travels. This has led me to the conclusion that it is a place worth missing.
No, I'm not going to say that, because I love him taking them literally. Yeah, that sounds like something Barrett would say. Sentimentality isn't my style either. I'm missing enough for both of us.
It would seem that spending an extended period of time in Barrett's company has resulted in an improved ability to calculate
Yeah,
his
you've become
speech
familiar with
patterns.
him.
Perhaps someday I will also be capable of emulating yours.
Yeah, we need to get you back on the ship, which I think is what I originally set about to do by talking to you.
Very well. Please proceed with your query.
Oh, yeah, look at this! Can you tell me more about Lunar Robotics?
Is a manufacturing company. They are most notable for creating Model A robots. Their headquarters was once located on Earth's moon. It was evacuated during the cataclysm that rendered Earth uninhabitable. Today, Lunar Robotics products are still found throughout the settled systems, myself included.
It's really interesting. I don't know why they would have felt the need to evacuate a lunar facility because of the cataclysm that hit Earth, because my understanding of that is that the Earth just lost its atmosphere. And I don't know how that would impact like facility on the moon, unless they evacuated the facility because they were bringing robots and stuff back to Earth, and there was no longer like going to be a need for that, no longer a home base nearby, so they needed to evacuate. How does traveling with me compare to traveling with Barrett?
You have been standing idle for some. I find you to be a more measured and logical captain than
thank you,
Barrett.
Vasco. Take that as a compliment.
It would be quite difficult for another human to be more reckless than him.
So
My
not a huge
likelihood
compliment,
of
but a
expiration
compliment
due
nonetheless.
to corporeal destruction has been significantly reduced since coming aboard your ship. You should consider this a success.
Well, thanks, Vasco. I do. I certainly do.
Let me know
That's all we
if
got
I
for
can
you.
be of assistance in the future.
Yeah, I'd love to get you back in my crew, but it seems like I'm blocked from that currently, which is rather disturbing, if I'm being honest.
Vasco,
Oh,
quick.
Barrett's here.
Top 3 one-liner moments.
Yes, Barrett. Number 3. Your retort to the Crimson Fleet raiders on Leonis 3.
Yes, classic.
Number 2. Your wisecrack about the Ashta and the Miner to the patrons of the Stone Root Inn.
I was on a roll.
Number 1. Your counter to the demands of the ecliptic captain in orbit around Tau Ceti 5.
That was a good one. But I'm not sure it's the top.
That is the list you provided to me, in the exact order you dictated. Shall I update the listing?
Let me think on it, buddy. I'll get back to you. See you on the eye.
Oh, you're heading up there too, huh, Barrett? I think we're gonna get Barrett and Vasco together on my ship because they have chemistry. That I loved that. It just happened randomly. Yeah, I mean, I was planning on doing some side stuff for a bit, but I feel very like pigeonholed into going to the eye first, and like I think I need to get this next mission started so I can maybe get my crew
return
back.
to the lodge triggered a full system update. I am now fully prepared to assist you.
Yeah, I want you back on my team for sure, Vasco, for sure. But I think we need to go up to the eye, but that's what we're going to do right at the very start of the next video. Thank you, everybody, for watching. As always, have a fantastic day.